It certainly would never be your testimony that they encouraged this kind of conduct at that age.
I don't like the question. I don't mean to sound funny. You're asking me if I ask that again?
No, ma'am. It never would be your testimony in this case, for instance, that they somehow prompted this kind of behavior out of Mr. Mack.
I don't think what happened to them was appropriate, but I'm not sure how to answer that question.
Well, ma'am, you are answering it, and you are suggesting, I believe, that you would in part blame the girls for this?
Object to the form of the question.
I would not blame the
If you're
girls.
not, well, why can't you answer that question in a more definitive manner then? Because it sounds like you're suggesting that they contributed some part to this happening.
I'm gonna object to the form of the question. You can answer if you know.
I don't know.
Okay, well, this is my only time to talk to you about this, and
Sure.
this is my opportunity to get all the information out of you that you're going to have. If you're going to suggest even 1% that they contributed to this in some way, I need to know it.
I'm not sure that I am not 100% sure that mom did not prep her on this substitute who was in her class, because the mom knew about this substitute and I didn't know anything about it. And I have the girls going up to the desk multiple times, asking him different things, you know, asking to go to the bathroom, asking to come to the clinic. And so I can't, am I saying that they brought this on? I can't say that they didn't or they did. I'm saying what happened to them was not appropriate. I feel like you're asking.
But that they might, but that they might have done it intentionally.
They didn't.
Go ahead.
The girls intentionally went up to his desk multiple times. You know, that happened. But were they doing this to get him to react? I can't say that they did or didn't.
So, ma'am, how old were these girls at the time?
9,
Do you
10,
know?
9, 10 years old.
Okay. How does a 9-year-old girl walking up to a teacher's desk entice the teacher to touch them in their private parts and squeeze their ass? Excuse my French.
Object to the form.
Answer that question, please, ma'am. You're suggesting that they intentionally went up to his desk and that he would do something like that? Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not comfortable answering that question because I wasn't there, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the question. You're asking me, what do I think the girls wanted to do or what they were looking to get out of this? And I can't answer that. I can only tell you what they told me. You're asking me an opinion. That's what I feel like you're asking me.
Yes, ma'am. The opinion was, did they do anything, in your opinion, that contributed to this happening? And in answering that question, you said, well, his mom knew something about this guy, and I can't say that they weren't prepped to go up there and try to egg him on to try to do something. That's basically what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Okay. So you do then have an opinion that the girls contributed to their own abuse here. Is that what you're suggesting, ma'am?
Object to the form of the question.
I would never say that a child deserved to be abused.
Okay. Well, you're saying that they egged on abuse to the point that you testified under oath in this deposition, and will have to testify this way at trial in front of a jury, that you believe that a 9-year-old girl intentionally went up to a teacher and egged the teacher on so that the teacher would potentially touch them inappropriately. Is that your testimony?
Object to the form, mischaracterization.
Is that your testimony as vice principal of the Gulf Breeze Elementary School? Is that your testimony?
I can't answer the question. I can tell you my opinion. And that's what I did.
All right. All right. Have you shared that opinion with your principal, Mr. Stevens?
I don't think so. I mean, no, I don't think so.
Did you swear under oath in your criminal deposition that that was your opinion?
I don't recall that question being asked. It was very short.
Did you share that information with anybody that was potentially representing Mr. Mack and his multiple felony count indictment?
I would have shared an opinion if someone asked me, but I was only asked facts. I don't remember being asked that question.
Have you shared this opinion that you have, that these 9-year-old girls brought this, at least in part, upon themselves, with anybody at the school district?
Object to the form of the question.
I don't think anyone has asked me that question.
Okay, despite the fact that I didn't ask you that question, did you share with anybody at the school district that it was your opinion that Mr. Mack is not 100% responsible for this, that the girls are somewhat responsible for this themselves?
Object to the form of the question.
I don't know what Mr. Mack has been charged with, other than, what I read in the paper that he pled guilty to this. I feel like there's more to the case than what I know here, so I only know this. I'm not a child abuse expert.
Did you share with anybody at the school district that you feel, as a vice principal, that these girls contributed in any way to their own abuse?
Not that I recall.